A few years ago, I started doing statue countdowns on this channel, and some of them were really obvious. What's the biggest statues? What's the best statues? But after you do 100 countdowns or so, you have to get incredibly creative. So today is what are the most powerful statues? Meaning which statues could take me in a fight? All of them. I'm pretty weak. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel. We're doing another countdown. It's about statues, and I actually really like this idea. I thought of it drunk on a plane, which is where most of the awesome business ideas come out of my mind. So today is about the most powerful statues. What does that mean, Mr. X? Well, first of all, if you didn't know any of the abilities of the characters in my collection, how would you know how strong they are, how powerful they are? So does the statue itself tell a story on how powerful this character is? So for example, one of the most powerful characters of Marvel of all time, not the most, but one of the most powerful, is Knull. And I do have a statue of Knull, this custom Knull statue right here. But it didn't make the list, because if I just walked by that, I'd be like, this guy, I can't really tell if he's powerful or not. He sits on a throne, which shows some power. And now as I say this to you, the explanation in my head was like really smart, but it sounds really crazy to you guys. Let's look at 15 different statues that I think are the most powerful statues in this collection, and the statue displays that. So again, not the most powerful characters, but the most powerful statues. So I'm going to show a close-up video of each one and explain why it's in the list, starting with 5 honorable mention. First honorable mention is honorable mention because, first of all, I don't own them anymore, but it was all the Wolverine vs. Ninja pieces I owned. This really shows Wolverine can kick ass at any time, anywhere. He can take down ninjas. He can take down almost anything. Now, another disclaimer as we move farther in this list, some of these statues I've done modifications for. The modifications, while you might see some, they're not considered as part of the ranking, just so you know. So this was an honorable mention. And then another one is this custom Hulk. It just shows his power, not only the fact that he broke out of that lab, but the rage and the pose and the gamma that's everywhere. It's almost seeping through his body, makes you be like, damn, if I didn't know who Hulk was, this guy would F me up. Sorry, fuck me up. Didn't mean to do an expletive deletive. Casca from Prime One Studio, this one right here. The reason why is, first of all, her armor is very clean. Yet, as you can see, she just kicked the shit out of a bunch of enemies. Some human, some humanoid. If you read the manga, you remember the shark guy. But Casca made an honorable mention for sure. This next honorable mention is in the midst of a battle. It is the Prime One Studio Joker Dragon vs. Knighted Batman. This is part of the Dark Knight Metal line. Just shows how powerful Batman is. He's taking on a dragon. He's cut it up. Supernatural enemy. Very, very cool right here. That's why I threw this one in honorable mention. Now this next one has a throne. With thrones, I always think that insinuates a little bit of power right there. But the reason why is, first of all, we know Darkseid is one of the most powerful DC characters. While that's not considered here, you can tell he stole Superman's cape or assumably beat Superman. That definitely earns you a spot in the top 15, at least as an honorable mention in my opinion. Out of the honorable mention into number 15 here, this Winged Venom. Now, one of the reasons you can't see it, but he actually killed Miles Morales. It's an additional switch-out feature. That's why I put him as number 15. That's pretty hard to do. Zod from Prime One Studio. So we know he's a god or a demigod. Demigod, how do you say that? But look at how bloodied he is. In his human form, he just cut a horse in half. He ripped out these knights' guts, and they are just fallen beneath him. He was almost impossible to beat in his human form, let alone his apostle form. Number 13 is Kingpin. Now, why is this so good? Well, look at the statue. He defeated his enemies. You have Spidey, remnants of Spidey. You have Daredevil. You have Punisher's bullets. Bullseye actually had a card in there as well. Those are supernatural, pretty hard to beat people. I was having some lighting trouble if you can't tell, so I have to put a screenshot for Sinestro. This is a custom Sinestro. Now, what makes him powerful is he uses his ring here to create a dragon, and that also insinuates he can create almost anything. However, it's a little bit of a stretch, maybe. I guess that's what I'm saying. So that's why he's number 12 and not higher in the list, but still, I think that shows power. Number 11 is Magneto on Throne, partially because he's Magneto, but he defeated the X-Men. You can see the X-Jet. You can see Cyclops. You can see Scarlet Witch, I believe that's over there. Also, on the bottom, you see Xavier stuff. So not only do you see part of his wheelchair, you see Cerebro, you see the School for the Gifted, so he gets number 11. All right, so now we're down to the top 10. Let's dive into these pussies. Number 10 is another Throne piece. So the reason why this one is higher than Magneto, because not only did this custom Hulk beat Avengers, you can see Iron Man crushing his helmet. I have an added on aftermarket XM Hulkbuster, which doesn't count, but underneath that is also the School for the Gifted. So assumably he beat the Avengers and the X-Men, or at least part of them. Speaking of Avengers, at number 9 is this unworthy Thor. First, he had his arm ripped off. That's pretty cool. Then he has 2 different weapons. He has Stormbreaker, and he destroyed Thanos. Not only did he destroy Thanos, but he crushed the Infinity Gauntlet. That shows power, in my opinion, which is why he is ranked number 9. We know how powerful Thanos was. This King Shark destroyed both Flash and Aquaman. And I think there's something to be said for when you destroy a hero as opposed to a villain. Heroes never seem to die. So King Shark, this custom King Shark, comes in at number 8 for destroying those 2 huge DC powerhouse people. Prime 1 Doomsday. So I have an aftermarket accessory where he's holding Batman's head, although that doesn't count. But one of the reasons he's so powerful is he's huge. He has spikes coming out of him. He's trudging forward like nothing can destroy him. But most of all, you can see in the back, he killed Superman. He killed Superman, and he's ready to kill more. That is an accomplishment in itself at number 7. Number 6 is this Magneto vs. Sentinel. So not only did he destroy a Sentinel, but you can see Cerebro there. You can see Professor X's wheelchair. You can see Wolverine's skeleton. You can see guns from Humans. He just destroyed everybody, good and bad. Definitely a place on the countdown at number 6. But number 5 is another Throne, but it's powerful because he beat all the X-Men, the hardest X-Men to beat in the Age of Apocalypse. He beat Magneto. He beat Wolverine. He beat Cyclops. He beat Professor X. Look at him. He's just a sinister smile on Mr. Sinister. Custom Thanos on Throne. So a lot of aftermarket accessories, but he beat Adam Warlock. He beat Silver Surfer. He beat Doctor Doom. He beat Cyclops. And he just looks there winning the world. He beat Iron Man as well. The rest are all aftermarket. But this is such a cool piece. Definitely a lot of power, especially with the Infinity Gauntlet. All right, 3 more weaklings to go. What do you think is going to be in the top 3? Throw that down in the comments below. That comment may win you a statue. Next is Quarter Scale Prime 1 Studio Guts from Berserk. So first of all, this guy is messed up, and he's still going. Covered in blood, arm ripped off, and he kills all these magical creatures, including demigods, in the base with a giant-ass sword that I probably couldn't even lift. Definitely deserving of the number 3 spot. Number 2 is a custom Loki on Throne. Now, not only does the Throne aspect make him powerful, but his throne is made out of all the Avengers. You see Hulk and Vision, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Captain America. Wow, wow, wow. Definitely the second strongest statue. Number 1 shouldn't be a surprise, although it's cheating a little bit because I haven't received it. It's Maestro on Throne. Again, a Throne statue. And look who he killed. He killed Venom, Carnage, War Machine, Captain America, Juggernaut, a Sentinel, Loki, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and more. Not to mention the size of this 300-pound beast. Definitely the strongest statue and probably the heaviest too. But this is my number 1 strongest statue, almost in the collection. All right, so what did I miss? Throw down in the comments below if I missed any out there, whether they're ones that have been on this table, haven't been on the table, whether you own them, you don't own them. Owning them, blah, 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 blah. I'm keeping that in.
That's what she said.
As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you want to make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. And girls and non-binaries or whatever you call yourself. I had fun doing this. I hope you had fun watching it. If not, watch it again. Might be more fun the second time. And subscribe. hit like, do all that stuff. Take care. Lazy ass video is what that was.